So my plan for today, we've got the long 12-hour birthday stream happening, so we might as well take the time to do something I've been wanting to work on. My plan is going to be to increase the damage of all of my Bateater people, champions. So right now, I should say, besides that, we are going to finish my faction guardians that I've been holding back on because of that. I didn't add the speed because I didn't want to throw off my man-eaters, and I didn't add the speed for skinwalkers because I didn't want to throw off Fayne. I did already adjust my undead horde for seeker because that was an easy just changing out one banner. But I figured I might as well finally fill out my undead or all my faction guardians for the epics. Finally, and get that speed in there so we can boost the stats elsewhere. So we're going to take a look at my team right now. I am sticking to the same team in the same sets. My plan is not to completely re-gear, like, yes, my Seeker is lacking damage stats overall, kind of like compared to what he could be if I just went full, big, heavy nuke gear. But I don't want to steal my gear from all my champions. I'm not that far off of a 1 key on my bad affinity. So my plan is to see if we can increase this crit damage, increase this attack, while staying in the same set, Retaliation. I'm not going to go steal all my nuker gear. I'm not going to dramatically change him. We just want to improve a little bit. Like, I'm not going to go crazy and strip all my people, and like as if I'm making a brand new clan boss team from the start. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to make what I have a little bit better. So the slow man-eater is in Fury gear. We're going to keep him in Fury gear, just see if I got better Fury gear. My fast man-eater is just in typical speed gear to do his job, so he's got decent damage, but not really. Look at this. To get the speed, I struggled when I first made this team. My damage is only 158% crit damage. That's so low, it's terrible. So I'm sure this might be the exception where I pull some of my best damage speed gear off a few champions just to try to get his damage up and still get the high speed that we need for the fast man-eater. And then we have, of course, Fayne is in Relentless gear. She doesn't have crazy crit damage either, but she has really high attack. She's easy to build attack on anyway. Good base attack. So I want to get her crit damage up too. At the time, I did not have good retaliation gear at all. Or sorry, Relentless gear when I built her. So as you can see, it's lacking in crit damage, but that's really hard to get while still getting a decent speed, but and still get accuracy on as well. But my gear has gotten better since I built all of these people a while ago. I don't even know when that was at this point. So I know I have some better Relentless gear that I could hopefully increase her damage as well. And then last but not least, of course, Painkeeper. So Painkeeper is in Toxic set. Perfect candidate for it. Her damage isn't crazy. So a lot of people don't even put crit rate on Painkeeper, I've seen, but I was trying to get her to 100% crit rate and a little bit of damage at the same time while being in Toxic. And I know I've had a lot of gear. I've been a little bit better at farming gear. Not perfect, that's for sure. So I'll see if I can get some better stats for Painkeeper. Of course, she's a confusing one because she scales off of defense and attack and then HP and attack. So we're going to focus attack though overall and try to get her stats a little higher and see if I have better Toxic gear. So that's my plan is just to make all these people better. As you can see, my crit damage is terrible on pretty much everyone. I don't think it's good on, is it even good on any of one? Oh, on my Fury one is not terrible. It's not terrible, but he's 98% crit rate, not even 100% crit rate. Don't cringe over there, everyone. I know. But yeah, this is perfect setup. I just want to, it worked great, just not on one affinity. And what's that one affinity? Luckily, the affinity that happens to be going on right now for my clan boss. So, we got really lucky here for me wanting to do this today because my clan boss went my worst affinity, which is magic. So here, the good part is I'm going to run my key for this and then see what the damage is. And then we're gonna rebuild the whole team, or mostly rebuild the whole team. I'm probably gonna throw every single person in the optimizer keeping the same sets in mind, and then we'll adjust. But there's a lot we have to adjust for. But for now, we're gonna let this roll. All right, so this is where we ended up, 63.28, a bit further away than I thought. I think sometimes I get lucky and I'm like 66, I remember seeing a couple times. So RNG when it's negative affinity though, so we want something a little bit more reliable, and hopefully we can do that today. To be fair, it's not like I have to keep Fayne as my DPS. There are other options, but that would require changing more than just a little bit of gear. Well, I'm probably gonna have to change a lot of gear, let's be honest. Do I have the silver for this? Oh dear lord. We'll find out. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna mess stuff up, right? Well, you know what? Before I mess stuff up. Alright, so Faction Guardians. I did already do my Faction Guardians for Painkeeper. It affected her speed. I got her a little too fast, but for the actual range of comps, but still as listed, but it still works. We're gonna go through and do this now though. We're gonna add in, we're gonna mess it up now. Boom. There's my Prudenar. And here we go, we're messing stuff up. There we go, stuff's officially messed up. Actually, to be fair, I'm at the low range of this speed, so it might not be messed up. It might not be messed up for real. But we're gonna re-gear some champs now. Woot, let's go. Alrighty, so we have the old Bateater. We had low crit damage, 158, 226, but not even 100% crit capped. We had secret 100%, only 152, but in a retaliation gear. Maneater was in Fury, the slow Maneater. Painkeeper's in Toxic, but not even crit capped. She was only at 90%, and only 2800 attack. I think I got that better. And Fayne was at 5100 attack, only 143% crit damage. So now we got, let's go in order. We got Fast Maneater is now 224% crit damage. Huge improvement. Like insane. Slow Maneater is no longer in Fury, but 262% crit damage. And a decent, he's got 3500, or 3300, okay, I'll say. His attack is really terrible, his base attack, so he's hard to get really high. We have Seeker, who's our second fastest champion, no longer in retaliation, but 3900 attack and 234% crit damage, so much higher. We got Fayne is my DPS. She's still, of course, in Relentless gear. And now she has 195% crit damage. Not crazy still, but we did improve her attack as well, 5500. And then we have Painkeeper in Toxic, but now 100, properly crit capped, 180% crit damage. Much better attack. For hoping that, her A1 is kind of what's going to be used more often. She does scale on all the things, so I tried to lift what I could, but it's not great. Her HP's okay, pretty low defense, but we're going to see what happens. I'm excited. Watch this be terrible RNG, but hey, you never know. So last time we did this, we did, as you saw, we did 63.28. Can we get like 10 million more? Oh god, I don't know. What do we need again? What do we need? We need 70.2, 70.3, let's be honest. We're gonna have to see. We'll have to see. Alright, I'm excited. Ooh. Finally giving it a test. I can't wait to see the damage on the other affinities, though, because although I don't know that I've honestly... The bummer is I haven't recorded my recent clan boss damage, honestly, from all my other affinities. So I don't remember what my damage was on them. Do you want to do a prediction? All right, Twitch, we're going to do a prediction, and then we're going to pop back in and see what this ends up as. Something. We got 133 total for the 2 keys. Not quite a 1 key. I think I could use a little bit more accuracy on Fayne, but also the reality is, 100% the reality is, it was weak affinity and that was the whole point and that was stressful. But it's not going to take much to get that to be more consistent, so at least we're closer than we were before at only 63. We'll get there, we'll get there. That key that barely missed our 1 key, of course, go figure. But I think it was just bad RNG, plus I was only in gold 4 and not gold 5 for Arena. Didn't do any changes, and we did 76 today when I hit Magic Affinity with the same team. So much better. We had previously, before changing all my builds, Maneater was at 10.5, now 13.4. The other Maneater was at 15, now 16. The other one was only 14 though, so that was actually worse. That was quite a bit worse. I was worried about that one. But we have Seeker doing 17 instead of 14, Painkeeper 11 instead of 8, and Fayne 18 million instead of 15.4. So a huge improvement. And I want to end on something funny, guys. This was my last clan boss magic damage before I changed the Bateater. I love this team. I did love this team.